Alright, so I just finished watching episode 7 of She-Hulk Attorney at Law. It's called The Retreat. My score for it would be, quite frankly, it's a 5 out of 10. This is a much better episode than some of the previous ones, but in large part because it's inoffensive. It was, kind of dull in ways. It depends. I mean, if you cared more about the characters, you might have a higher score for it. But it was basically all it is Jin gets ghosted by that Josh guy. You see at the end of the episode that he was actually, his name is Hulk King, and he had copied all of her phone, and he was clearly doing it for those one guys, those jabronis that they teased at the end of the last episode, episode 6. They don't have the episode guide up here for some reason. You know, whatever. But anyway, the whole rest of the episode is basically there's a belief that Emil Blonsky's parole officer believes that he might have gone off the reservation, so to speak, or whatever you want to call it. That he was tinkering with his device, his tracker. So Jen goes out there with him because in case he's the abomination, and they find out, oh no, it was nothing big. It was just some electric fence mishap. Blah blah blah. She joins his little retreat because her car gets smashed by these couple guys, Man Bull and El Aguilera and all these fucking guys. They drudge up some old like has-beens or whatever 70s 80s style villains from like the comic, from the old Marvel Comics days and stuff. Anyway, it's all about finding herself. And to be honest, like I'm not the demographic for this. Like if I was into like a rom-com style stuff, I could really see liking this episode because it seemed like it was fairly well done. Seemed like it might have been somewhat interesting if you were into that. I'm not so much into rom-coms. I mean, I suppose in a way, I guess I could be, but at the same time, they also have the problem of you just don't care as much about Jen as you should. They try to make it seem like, oh, she's all hurt that none of the guys like her or none of the people like her as Jen. They all want She-Hulk. They like she's the better, more athletic, better looking, all that stuff person, friend, or whatever, who basically overshadows her, and she just doesn't. She has a little breakthrough where she's like, oh, she likes herself, and then there's 4 guys in total, some vampire guy and some porcupine guy, and like they kind of get her to start feeling better about herself, and it's okay, it's fine. Like me personally, like the 5 out of 10 that I would give it is just for me. Like someone else, I could absolutely see giving it like an 8. I don't know if you'd go higher than that though, to be honest, because like I said, there's not a whole lot going on. There's not even a B plot, really. It's all A plot. It's all Jin at the retreat, basically. You know, eh, it was an okay episode, I guess. It wasn't very interesting, but at least to me. You might feel differently. You might like it. You might have hated it. I don't know. Anyway, I'll go ahead and wrap this up here. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.